Do you ever feel like you're not enough? Like no matter how hard you try, no matter what you do, it never feels like enough. You try to meet the expectations of others, try to fit into a mold that just doesn't seem to fit, and yet, it's never enough. I'm here to tell you, you're not alone in this. We've all been there. We've all felt like we don't measure up. But I want you to listen closely. That voice in your head telling you that you're not enough, it's lying. You are enough. And I'm here today to remind you that the lies you've been telling yourself are not the truth. There's a deeper power inside you that is waiting to break free, and it's time for you to tap into it. Let's start with this. Feeling like you're not enough often comes from one place: comparison. We live in a world that constantly tells us we should be more, do more, look more, achieve more. But here's the kicker. The life you see on social media, the perfect selfies, the flawless moments, they're not real. They're filtered. And most importantly, they're only part of the story. We compare our messy, imperfect lives with other people's highlight reels, and we feel like we're falling short. But I need you to hear this loud and clear. You are not meant to be perfect. No one is. The world has a way of selling us this lie, that if we're not perfect, we're not enough. But it's time to break that lie. The truth is that every successful person you admire, every hero, every legend has faced failure, rejection, and struggle. They didn't get to the top by being perfect. They got there by learning to embrace imperfection. They made mistakes, but they didn't stop trying. Perfection is an illusion, and trying to live up to it, it's a game you can never win. Instead, focus on progress. Focus on growth. Focus on the person you're becoming, because that's where your real power lies. Now, let's talk about your worth. How many times have you questioned it? How many times have you thought that maybe you weren't good enough? That maybe you didn't have what it takes? You're not the only one who's ever felt that way. But here's the truth. No one gets to decide your worth but you. You get to choose how you see yourself. You get to choose what defines you. And when you stop looking to others for validation, when you start acknowledging your own worth, everything changes. Your worth is not based on your appearance, your career, or your bank account. It's not measured by how many people follow you on social media or how much you've accomplished. Your worth is in your heart. It's in your resilience. It's in the strength you show when life knocks you down. It's in your ability to rise over and over again despite the odds. You are enough, not because you've done everything perfectly, but because you are uniquely you. Let's face it, life isn't perfect, and neither are you. But that's what makes you so incredible. It's the imperfections, the messiness, the flaws that make you human. The people who make the biggest impact in the world are not the ones who have everything together. They're the ones who embrace their imperfections and use them as fuel for growth. Don't hide from your imperfections. Don't try to cover them up or pretend they don't exist. Accept them. Learn from them. Let them shape you into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. The cracks you think make you weak, they're the places where your light shines through. The goal is not perfection. The goal is to show up every day and give your best no matter what. When that voice creeps in again, the one telling you you're not enough, here's what I want you to do. Silence it. Don't fight it with anger. Fight it with truth. Remind yourself of everything you've overcome, of every time you've thought you couldn't go on, but somehow did. You are stronger than you think. You are braver than you feel. And most importantly, you are capable of more than you realize. You might not be where you want to be yet, but you're not where you started either. You're growing. You're evolving. And that's what matters most. So the next time you feel like you're not enough, remember this. You've come this far, and you're not stopping now. Remember, feeling like you're not enough doesn't make it true. It's a phase, it's a challenge, but it doesn't define you. You are enough, just as you are. You have everything within you to create the life you desire, to become the person you were always meant to be. So next time that voice tells you you're not enough, look it straight in the eye and say, I am enough. I am worthy, and I will keep going. This is your life, your story, and you are more than enough to make it extraordinary.